Welcome to another reformer video. My name is Melanie. This is my friend Rebecca. Today we're going to do intermediate advanced hamstrings and arms. We're going to be standing a little bit today in the second part of this video. So to begin, we're going to start with bridges. Headrest will be down. We'll put on 2 red or 2 heavy springs. Feet will be hip distance apart on the foot bar, arches on the foot bar, knees as wide as your hip bones, arms long by your sides. Roll your collarbone wide. Take a big breath in. Keep the carriage still. You're going to curl the pelvis under, roll the spine up until you find a diagonal line in your bridge from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. Deep inhale, exhale, roll the spine down 1 vertebra at a time. Exhaling as if you're blowing up a balloon. Good, and let's continue. Big breath in, curl the spine up. Try to keep your knees as wide as your hips the whole time. Don't let them knock together. Good, big breath in, exhale, roll it down. So something for everybody at home to think about is every time you roll up, resist the urge to pop your rib cage. So you're not going for like a yoga bridge where you're arching your body as much as possible. You really want to find that nice, consistent straight line along the front end of your body. And your goal is you're trying to keep that carriage as still as possible. It may wobble a little bit. Do your best as you can to keep that still and stationary. So we're starting off very slow and simple. We're going to build in more fire. Also, make sure your toes are staying oriented forward in line with your knees. Very good. Next time you roll up, we're going to pause there. Keep the hips right where they are. You're going to extend the legs out, keeping the hips and butt high. The legs extend. Inhale. Think about scooting the knees up on an upward diagonal. Good. I like to exhale as I push away. Inhale as I bring it in. I find that exhale the hardest part of the exercise to be most productive for finding that core engagement on the breath. Still keeping those toes oriented forward, right in line with your knees. Good. Let's go for 3 more. Hopefully feeling some nice heat through the hamstrings, through the back of the legs, through the glutes. Good. Last one, press all the way out. Bring it in slowly with control in slow motion. Hips stay high. Deep breath and melt the spine down 1 bone at a time until the bottom of your sacrum hits the mat. So almost like your tailbone. Very nice. All right, we're going to organize ourselves once again. Toes pointed forward, knees as wide as your hips. We're going to find a bridge to begin. So big breath in, exhale, finding that curl up. We're going to lift the right leg up into tabletop. We're going to hold it there for a moment. We're going to extend the left leg long, pushing the carriage away, keeping those toes pointed forward. Hips stay up, bring the carriage in. Good, let's repeat this 4 more times for 4. Good, find the fullest extension you can while keeping your hips really high. You've got 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. Now when you come in, extend the right leg over the foot bar. Straight leg. Back to tabletop as you extend the left leg. Good. Let's go for 4. Really try to keep the pelvis quiet. So what that means is we're not bobbling the hips side to side. We're not bobbling them up and down. Trying to keep everything in your upper body like a still photo. Last 2. And 1. Good. Bring it all the way in. Place that right foot on the foot bar. Hips stay high. We're going to raise the left leg to tabletop next. Hold it in tabletop. Now just the right leg extends as we push away. Trying to keep those toes pointed forward in line with your knee. There you go. 4 more. Core is nice and engaged. Good. Rebecca's doing a great job of using her breath, exhaling as she pushes out. Good. 2 more. And back. Last one before we continue with our extension. So leg stays on tabletop as you press the carriage away. Now you extend it over the bar. Beautiful. And then we go for 4 more. Extend over the bar on the way in, back to tabletop on the way out. This is 3. And in. 2, check in with your toes. Make sure they're not pointing outward. Last one. All the way out. Bring it in, place the foot on the foot bar, bend the knees, hips lift, find your diagonal line, close the stopper, big breath in, melt the spine down one vertebra at a time. Once you're there, hug your knees in toward your chest, rock your knees side to side. Give a nice exhale, release through the hips. You can also rock your head side to side if you need a little release through the neck or traps. Very good. We are going to move right into our next movement. So rolling up to sitting, you're going to switch onto just one red spring. What we're going to do is we are going to come onto standing on your carriage. So you're going to step off of the machine on one side. What you're going to do is you're going to place your right foot onto the headrest. We're going to come to a lunge position eventually. So while you're here, grab the straps in front of you. Your back leg will be far enough back that your toe is still on the carriage, but your knee is aligned right under your hip. You're going to come to a nice lunge position. So you want, ideally, your heel under your front foot and your knee under your back. Palms are flipped to face behind you. We're going to stay in this lunge. We're going to press the hands back and bring them back to your hips. So chest expansion. You can find a little more depth in that back knee bend. Very good. Very nice. We're going to go for 4. This is 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Bring it back to starting. Now what we're going to do is we're going to extend the legs long as we press the hands back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and back to your lunge. This is 5. Very nice. Chest is staying nice and wide and proud. 4. Making sure to keep the rib cage down, not popping it up. Last 2. Great work, Rebecca. And 1. Exhale as you press back. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, lower that back knee onto the carriage. Watch your balance. It's so tough. We're going to repeat that on the other leg. So your right leg is your left leg's coming to front. Right leg is behind you, knee right under your hip. Straps come into your palms. You're going to slowly, carefully, please watch your balance, come to kneeling. Palms slip behind you. We're going to stay in that lunge. Hands press behind you. Shoulder blades squeeze together without popping the ribs. So you really want the rib cage down. Shoulder blades squeeze in and down each time you press. Great use of breath. We've got 3. Last 2. And 1. Now we're going to go for that extension as we press back. So press to standing, hands go behind you. Come back to your lunge. Knee is hovered above the mat. This is 5. Good. Great control, Rebecca. You're doing great. This is 4. You really want to make sure your knees are tracking directly forward, right in front of your toes. Last 2. And 1. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3. Hips are square. 2 and 1. Slowly, carefully bend the knees, draw the carriage to a close, rest your knee down. Next, we're going to flip to the opposite side. So hold on to those straps in one hand. We're going to flip and turn to face the opposite direction toward the foot bar. We're going to turn to 1 blue spring or 1 light spring. Still onto those straps, we're going to bring the right foot forward onto the mat and the left toes are going to curl under onto the headrest. Reach back, grab those straps, place them into your hands, and you're going to flip the palms to face forward. Hover that knee above the mat once again in your lunge. Hands come right to the side of your body. You're going to stay in that lunge, press the arms forward for your offering. Good, really nice. So fingertips are going to stay right at shoulder height or a little bit below. We don't need them up here. And we're going to go for another 4 to make this 6. So again, you really want your hip aligned, ideally right over your back knee. If you need to cheat it a little for comfort, that's okay. But that's what our goal is. And you want your hands to stay shoulder distance apart, not too wide, not too narrow. Good. Next time, we're going to extend the legs up as we press forward. Good. Bend the knees, bring it home. On the way home, make sure you don't collapse the shoulder blades or collapse the chest, excuse me. Good. Palms stay facing directly up. Very nice. Getting that nice rotation through the shoulder girdle. Good. 4 more here, please. And we're gonna repeat this whole sequence on the other side, so don't wear yourself out too much. Rebecca, your hands can go just an inch or two wider. There you go. Last two. And one. Next, we're gonna move into serve a tray. You can keep the knee hovered. Rebecca's gonna put it down for right now. She's having a little bit of a hip challenge right now. So we're going to flip the palms to face forward. Bring the hands up to shoulder height. Straight elbows. Now we bend the elbows, skim the torso. Exhale, extend the arms forward. And if you're keeping the knee hovered, you're just gonna make sure that you have a little bit of space under that knee, between your knee and the mat. I take this for another 3, 2, and 1. If you're taking the advanced version now, if you're in that hover, you can also extend the legs straight as you bring it forward and bend as you bring it in. Extend straight, or keep the knee down if you're feeling like you need a little break. Good. Let's go for another 3. Last 2, so every time the arms come in, the elbows just skim the rib cage. And 1, very nice. Hold the straps, grab them in one hand, we're gonna flip to the other side. So now your left foot comes forward, your right toes are curled under on the headrest behind you, knee ideally right under your hip, palms flip to face forward, and we're gonna begin on the other side. So once again, you're gonna find that lunge position. We're going to just go for straight arms to begin. Knees stay bent for this one. Arms come up to shoulder height. Inhale, bring them right back down. Exhale, extend. Bring them right back down. Very nice. We've got 4 more. Good. You can find a couple inches wider with the hands, Rebecca. Very nice. Make sure you are finding your maximum dip on that back knee. So if you can find an inch or 2 lower, please do. Good. Last one. Now we extend the legs up as you bring the hands up to shoulder height. Bend the knees, hover as you bring it back in. You've got 5 more. And good. Keeping the core tight, collarbone wide, pressing through that heel as you extend the front leg. Good. That's going to give you some extra glutes through this as well. Last 2. Very nice. And last one. Good. Bring it all the way home. If you want to keep hovering the knee, you can do so. Otherwise, you place it down. And for this one, we're now going to begin prepping, bringing the arms up to shoulder height. Palms flip to face up. We're going to skim the rib cage, bring the elbows just so they barely brush the ribs, and extend forward. Make sure your hands are wide enough so that they're directly in front of your shoulder socket. Roll the shoulders back. Good. You've got 4. A little wider in the hands. 3. Last 2. And 1. Now, if you have that knee hovered and you want to take it to the advanced version, next time you extend, you're going to straighten out the legs and bend as you bring it in, skimming the ribs. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bring it back in. You've got 4. This is 3. Nice straight wrists, not breaking or bending. Final 2. Exhale as you extend. And 1. Very nice. Bring it in. Hold on to those straps. Grab them in one hand. You're going to come down to kneeling with the knees together. Feet can be behind you. Next, we're going to move on to hovered, intermediate, advanced version of shave the head. So you're going to begin resting your butt down on your heels with your toes curled under. You're going to lift the hips up and then find a hinge. So you're sending your tailbone back, only bending at the front of the hips. You're going to make a triangle with your fingertips so that the index finger and thumb meet each other. Place that triangle behind the crown of your head, elbows wide. Keep the butt hovered. Keep a nice long line in your torso. Extend the arms on an upward diagonal. Bring them back. Just skim the back of your head. Good. Index finger and thumb must stay glued together, so please focus on that. Core has to be engaged here. Make sure you're not curling the pelvis under, so think about scooting your tailbone back behind you, flaring your butt back. There you go. Yeah. Make sure you're engaging your core here too to support you. Good. I would like to see, let's go for 8 more, please. This is 7, exhaling as you extend. And Rebecca is looking pretty good, but make sure you don't jut the chin forward and let the head drop as you extend. Really tuck the ears back, thinking about driving that head back behind you. A little more hinge at the hips, so torso comes down a little bit more. Good. I lost count while I was talking. Let's do 3 more. This is 2. And 1. Extend the arms forward, lift the hips up, arms come up over your head, bring the arms out to a T, palms flip to face side. That's a goalpost, that's okay. Arms out to a T, flip the palms down and bring them down to your hips. So we're gonna keep going with this kind of angel motion. So hands come up, palms flip forward, extend the arms straight up over the shoulders a little higher, palms flip to face the floor as you bring them out to a T. Good. 2 more. Bend the elbows, extend the arms up, exhaling as you press. Flip the palms down as you bring it out to a T. Nice, strong core. Last one in this direction. Exhale as you press, smooth it out to a T and down. Guess what? We're gonna reverse it. Up to a T, all the way up over your shoulders. Bend the elbows down, palms face forward, and bring the hands to your hips. Out to a T, exhale. Hands overhead, make sure those palms are facing forward as soon as those hands get up over your shoulders. 2 more, please. Palms down, up overhead, palms forward, bend the elbows down. Palms are facing forward. Last one. Out to a T. Palms forward, bend the elbows, and bring it down. Very nice. Sit your butt down on your heels. Just place those straps down by your sides. And let's go for a nice little mermaid stretch. I think we all need a break. So we're gonna flip to 1 red spring, or 1 heavy spring. You're gonna cross your left leg in front of you. Your right leg will be up against the shoulder blocks in this nice Z-sit. Your left hand will be on the foot bar, right in line with your shoulder, so it might be in the center or a little bit further back. Right arm down by your side. We're gonna take a big breath in, exhale, push away on the foot bar, sending the carriage away from the stopper, palm flips to face forward. Make sure your shoulders are stacked so you're not turning forward or turning back. Take a big breath in, exhale, use your abs to scoop you up and over, bring the carriage home. Good. Right hip rolls down. Deep breath in, exhale, press away. Find that nice reach, very nice. Big breath in, exhale. All the way up, let's go for 1 more. Deep breath in, push away on that left hand. Turn to face the floor. You're gonna place that hand on the foot bar, right hand on the foot bar. Left hand is gonna widen just a little bit, arms nice and long, press away. Get a nice back stretch here. Very nice. When you're ready, lift the head and chest. Find a nice proud position. Reach that right arm up and over. We're gonna flip to the other side. So we're gonna turn. Right leg will go to front, left leg will be bent right up against the shoulder blocks. Right hand will be on the foot bar in line with your shoulder. Left arm down by your side. Deep breath in, exhale. Reach up and over, palm flips to face the floor. Shoulders down, make sure you're not rotating through the torso. Shoulders really stacked. Deep breath in, exhale. Reach up and over, bring the carriage to a close. Good. Big inhale. This is 2. Good, palm flips to face the floor. Deep inhale. Extend, reach it up and over. 1 more time, deep breath in. Good, shoulders roll down, palm flips to face the floor. Now place that left hand on the foot bar, stay there. Right in line with your shoulder, widen the right arm. Let your torso sink down. Try to square off those shoulders and rotate your chest to face the floor as best as you can. Big breath in. Rev a motorcycle to get your knuckles facing forward and straighten out the wrists. Big inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest. Facing forward as you come up. Now reach the left arm up and over to bring it back to center. Thank you so much. Great job, Rebecca. Please like this video. It helps me out so much. Please subscribe, and we'll see you around next time.